welcome to Big E. Another movie review. Haven't done in a hot minute. But the movie we are going to look at today is one that came out yesterday, but in America, 2 days. We are looking at Zendaya's new film, Challengers, which is based on a truce on a tennis US Open tournament about how a famous girl, Tassie Donaldson, met with these two guys at a party. They were invited to, by the way. But yeah, let me just get you into the movie. This is a spoiler movie, so movie review. So if you haven't watched it, go watch it. I highly recommend it. If you have seen it or don't care about spoilers, welcome. Make sure you like and subscribe. The movie is about two friends, Art and Patrick, winning their junior doubles tournament in 2006. This is when they met Zendaya's character, Tashi Donaldson, who also won her singles tournament back then. If you want backstory, they're in high, I think it's just before they go to college. So, yeah, this is very important to them at the moment. So after she wins it, she has a little party because she is rich and sponsored by Adidas. Fuck, I almost said it. Adidas, not Adidas. Anyway, we are what they're at the party, and basically, Patrick is the one who's obsessed with her. Like, he knows he likes her. He knows everything about her, all the wins, blah blah blah. But Art is, I mean, he likes tennis, but he doesn't talk about it over the top. Anyway, they start talking, and then after a while, she gets pulled over, saying she needs to do a photo shoot, and then later on they meet up and kind of just hang out, walk to the beach, talk, and this is how we know it shows the difference between them because Patrick is all about tennis, let's become pro, let's get rich, blah blah blah, and Art is kind of like her, where they want to be happy, where even though they don't, if they fail or not, it's okay, and pretty much that's the dynamic of the three. Later on that night, she goes to the hotel room. Everybody knows the trailer. Everybody knows the scene I'm talking about. Guess what? It's a flashback. It's a flashback, lads. It ain't part of the whole woohoo. Okay, it's a college experience. It's a flashback. Let me get into it. This is where the triangle started. Patrick, Art, Tashi, all together in a room, making out. Bosh. She chooses Art first, which shows a little bit more of the dynamic. That's going to go into the part I'm going to talk about. And by the end of it, she was like, you guys have a match tomorrow. You can birth each other. And before she showed up, Patrick was like, too hard. I'll let you in because you care about this more stuff, blah, blah, blah. And now, boom, the match starts. Guess who wins? He ain't Art, it's Patrick. Move on to college thing. But before that, present day 2019, Tansy and Art are living up in a penthouse with a child. Bosh. They're living up good. And while that's going on, Art is kind of unmotivated. He's on a losing streak. He's losing to nobodies before they see a tournament. And he enters, and who else is there? Patrick, who next scene shows him living in a car, can't afford a cheap hotel, and pretty much no one knows who he is, but everyone knows who Art is. So it's kind of like he just lost it and had like a scuffy beard. So probably that shows you how bad it is. Anyway, let's go to the college part where Art kind of crushes on Taji, as we know. And with this, he kind of says it to her that he doesn't actually love her. And then when she goes back to the room, when they're making out, by what I'll tell this at the end, what making out, and then yeah, he wants a girlfriend, not a coach, and she's always coaching him. Win this, do that, blah blah blah, and they have a big fight. But guess who's watching Tashi at her game, upcoming game? Art. And guess what happens? She injures her knee. And I mean, like, it's just a clean break. And Art runs over to her by the time they're in the med bay. Well, obviously Tashi doesn't want him there. Doesn't want Patrick there. But then Art kind of yells at him, says fuck off to him. And Art is like shocked because they're like, they're best friends and you're gonna ditch friendship over a girl, really? Well, guess what? That's the whole movie. And with that moment, Art helps Tashi with practice, talk to her, basically go on a date, getting together, and then it cuts back to a week before the tournament where Tashi isn't happy as much due to him unmotivated and whatever. And he was like, "Well, you might be mad, but I'm gonna retire if I win or lose this tournament." And she was like, "You better win, or I'm gonna leave you." Next day, Patrick meets up with her in a hotel by accident, and he's like, "I want you to coach me. I know I'm 31 years old, but I want you to coach me and make me win this tournament." And gives him the number. Later that night, she calls him because of Art, unmotivated. Calls Patrick, "I'll help you." During that night, they go to a restaurant talk. Then they go in the car, drive around, and she's like, "If you purposely, can you let Art win?" Basically, and he's like, "No." They have a huge fight, and then 10 seconds later, they have sex in the car, and it looks like she kind of regrets it, but he's smiling. And with all this going on, it always cuts back to them in the match. So the first set, Patrick wins. Second set, Art wins. Third set, Patrick wins. Fourth set, um, is that going on? And then in the motion, so they practice in college, and Patrick did like because they were together, and I want to know, oh, are you together? Did you have sex or whatever? He's like, I'll serve like you are if we did, and he does it, and it cuts back to the game where he does the motion and does the serve like Art does, and Art knows instantly. He throws it, he's sweating, he's looking down, and just lets Art get the serve and just get the point. It's a tiebreaker, and with this, it's a POV of the tennis ball going back and forth. And I'm not gonna lie, if this was 3D, headache city. But when Art was gonna do a power shot, he's up, he's doing that motion, and it looks like he was not trying to hit the ball hit and hit Patrick. And Patrick just puts his tenth racket down, catches him, and they both just start laughing. And then Tashi's character, who always says, "I don't want to be a home wrecker," pretty much did the exact thing she said she doesn't want to do. And she just screamed. And as soon as that scream happened, turns black. Yeah, that's the ending. They tied. They made up. Their friends are friends again. Kind of want to know the whole story because this is based on a truth. So if you want to know, go look it up. But tomorrow I'm going to watch Abigail. If you want that, get this to 20 likes. That's the game of the game. Goodbye.